Fans, welcome back for episode 185 of the Working Fans podcast, where today we will be talking the Elimination Chamber, and it is round 2 of wrestling trivia between the man called Dave and AJ Strangebrew. Before we get into that, let's talk Elimination Chamber, guys.
All right, babies. WWE Elimination Chamber was this past weekend, and let me see here. I got the card here. I know we're going to really it's more of the Sami Zayn show.
Overall, do you think the card lived up to expectations?
Yeah, I mean, well, okay. As far as the expectations go, the expectations were really on Sami and Roman. That was the draw. That's what made this feel like a bigger show than normal. This Ascent and Sami. Overall, though, I would say the rest of the card was solid. I thought both Elimination Chamber matches were well done, and it was a hot crowd all night that made it a really good card.
So for me, on a card like this, I look at it a little bit differently. I try, because we know what's the big thing on the show is going to be. Mm-hmm. We know it's going to be Roman Reigns. We know it's going to be Sami Zayn in front of his hometown. I look for that other match that might have been a show stealer. That other match that tried to really just, hey, we know that this is the big match, but what can we do to be memorable? And the one to me that did it was Austin Theory actually holding on to his title. They actually did a great job in the men's combination between having Logan Paul and between just how much they did during the match. Montez of really trying Montez Ford, who we predicted might be a dark horse in that. Mm-hmm. He really did. He was a show stealer. I was actually
Monson Reed was built well.
Absolutely. I was a little disappointed on Raw that they didn't continue to really push Montez Ford the next night, but we'll go into that at another time. Mm-hmm. Now, was there something on the card that disappointed you?
Looking at this show right here, I would say, if anything, and I didn't really expect it, was kind of that non-finish we got from Brock and Bobby. That we thought that might happen, but here's the thing. When Bray Wyatt said he was going to face the winner of that, he wanted the winner of that, I kind of thought we were going to get a finish, and we still didn't get a finish. And now we have possibly Brock talking about almost, which is very confusing.
Yeah, Brock talking about almost. And not only that, but Bray Wyatt was supposed to challenge the person who went over in the match. Right. Other than Bobby mentioning his name, they did nothing on Raw. Now I realize Bray's on SmackDown and Bobby's on Raw. Right. How exactly are they going to make this work?
I don't know. And tonight for SmackDown, they're advertising Bray returns with the Firefly Funhouse.
It's a weird dichotomy. I don't think they really followed through or thought through on that, which is weird because the WWE hasn't done a lot of that lately.
Yeah, and there is that rumor that Vince is back with creative, but I don't think that's the case, because if that was the case, there'd be a lot of other stuff that would probably be more noticeable. But maybe he's booking this one storyline. I don't know.
The other one to me that was a little disappointing, I didn't feel the women was as good as a lot of times the women deliver. But I also didn't feel we had the best talent in the chamber for the women, to be honest with you.
Right.
So maybe that was part of it.
Yeah, I don't feel like any of those girls have really been built up other than, say, maybe Liv and Asuka. But even Liv and Asuka, like, do you feel like you're getting the best possible opponent based on booking for Bianca Belair? I feel like the best possible opponent would have to be like Becky or Ronda or Ripley, who's taking on Charlotte.
Well, that in the chamber was so obvious. That's because we picked Asuka to go over, and then it's down to her and Camilla. How many people thought for a second that Carmella had a shot when it's down to her and Asuka?
Yeah, and I did enjoy, and I was somewhat surprised that Edge and Beth Phoenix won. I was happy for the hometown crew there a little bit, and really obviously didn't take the pinfall. But part of me also wouldn't mind Ripley pinning Beth, though, and just keeping her even stronger as we go.
Well, to be honest with you, Edge and Beth don't need it. I know it's the hometown crowd. I know that
but we weren't going to send them happy later. So
exactly, but and I also know that they haven't gotten the better of them at all. That they've actually taken their lumps between the chair shots. So there was no chance Edge and Beth were going over. But to me, if you're going to have Rhea Ripley going in to face Charlotte, have her go over strong. Although I did love the Bull Nakano makeup.
Yes. All right, so let's get to the main event before we go on to the next segment here. Sami Zayn. Actually, we'll talk about Sami on Raw too a little bit. But Sami Zayn, Roman, they did their parts very well. I know some people have been polarizing about this. They felt Sami should have gone over. I knew that was going to be the reaction going with this. And here's the thing, as you shaking your head, I'm not against Sami going over either necessarily, but I don't think you had to do that either. I think there were multiple ways we could have done this.
Well, the reason why I was shaking my head was not because I felt like Sami couldn't have gone over. He obviously could have. He's in a position now where I think that he could run with the ball. But I think that somebody put it really well. Somebody talked about storytelling and actually talked about how we have a tendency, especially in companies like AEW and some of the other companies, of wanting that instant gratification. And what they're doing right now with Sami, with this long story, is building up anticipation. So even if Sami doesn't win it now, when he does finally get it, he's incredibly believable. Now, what they have to be careful of is not deflating Sami in between by overusing him.
Right. And I don't think they've done that. Now, that crowd was a little deflated at the end of that, but they wanted it bad. But what we did, when you took to your point, talking about intrigue, we didn't pay off yet Sami and Jay. We're still milking that. So Sami accidentally spears Jay, but Jay did not help Sami or not help Roman. He didn't make that decision yet. Owens comes out, and he ends up helping Sami, sort of. In a sense, I know, because we're going to talk about that, because like on Raw, he clarified later, I didn't come out there to help you. I came out there because I didn't want, I owed them for the beating they put on me while you stood there and just watched, because we all talk about Sami eventually hit Roman, but this is a great case where usually people ignore this. WWE is not ignoring this time, where, Sami eventually hit Roman, but not until Roman and Usos already beat the shit out of Kevin for an extended period of time.
Well, what Kevin said also logically makes sense. Because we're sitting there going, why didn't he come out during the match to help him? Because he wasn't coming out to help him.
Right.
He was coming out there to save his family from watching the beating. Right. So that logically doesn't make sense if he comes out during the match. If he comes out during the match, he's there to help him win the title.
Right.
He clarified, hey, I don't give a shit about you winning the title. Yeah. I didn't want your children having to watch what my children watched.
Right. Which is great. It's a complicated layer to a storyline we don't normally get. And proof, too, I think that Vince McMahon is still not part of this storyline, because it's not as simplistic as some WWE storylines in the past.
Well, one of the things we've also lost in this is they've done a great job of rebuilding Kevin Owens also.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is a person who at any time can also win the title.
We've built up.
So you actually have both Sami and Kevin plus Cody, all viable threats for the championship right now.
And I would even say, too, in some way, like, you could almost do this with Jey Uso. Like, he could
absolutely.
be yeah.
And that's just the people on this storyline, because you still have guys like Brock and Bobby Lashley who are legitimate threats at any time to any title that they go against. But for the first time in years, the WWE has legitimate people who can actually face Roman Reigns.
Absolutely. And I would say there's more coming, but we can talk more about some other stuff in wrestling at the end of the show. But first, before we go into this introduction, I just want to say I'm excited for the rest of the show here, man. I'm excited for the next segment, because we're going to find out how much we don't know right after this. All right, and welcome back, Producer Joe, man. Ready to kick our asses here with some trivia.
Another round of wrestling trivia. We have more questions this week, And built into some of the questions, there are 4 bonus questions. Any bonus questions pertain to people that were former guests of this show. So we've got questions 1 through 25. AJ, since you lost last time, you get to pick first this time.
I will go. I like to think outside the box. I'm going to go with question number 1.
Question number 1. Okay, put your mind back in WrestleMania 2000. A McMahon in every corner. Which McMahon was in the Big Show's corner?
Oh.
I believe it was Stephanie.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Stephanie.
Wait, can I steal, or how's this work? I can't remember.
You can steal because he's wrong.
I know he's wrong. It's Shane.
It is Shane.
The funny thing is I started off saying
that's what I heard. I was like, ooh.
I
actually...
I was trying to
talked
poke
myself
myself
out
a
of
little
it
bit because I knew you were putting Kami get it. I'm like,
I actually talked myself out of it, which was delightful.
Well, Dave talked himself into a point, and he is up next. Dave,
we're doing 15 again. I'm so sorry, I missed the beginning.
25.
Fuck me. All right, let's work our way in between here. 25.
25.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna love this. The Usos are Anawais. True or false?
Yes, true.
Ooh.
That's not how you say it.
AJ.
I'm going to try to steal this one. False.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
who are they?
That's all.
Who are they?
They're the other branch. What is the other branch? Give me 1 second here. It's the father's name. Freaking A. Why am I going stupid for a second? Give me, God damn it! I know the name and I can't freaking come up with it.
Give him a 3 count because I'm gonna sing it, even though I got it wrong.
Yeah, I it's not coming to me.
Why me? Why me?
They are Fatus.
Fatu. I knew that it was Fatu, and I just freaking could not.
Believe me, I had to word that question differently because I was gonna put they're not in the Anawai family, and they technically are. But they are the Fatu branch of that, so
exactly.
Neither of you guys got
I didn't
that.
know shit.
In fairness, AJ. I was gonna say, in fairness, all I had to do was get the question right, and the correct answer was false.
Actually, no, yeah, you did steal that.
Give him a point, yeah.
Also, we've got something in the line down the line for a member of the Anawai family.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep your eyes focused on the Working Fans podcast.
Is it the lost one, Jacob Fatu?
Oh, I wish.
AJ,
but AJ, it is your turn now.
Let's keep the rhythm going. I'm gonna go for 2.
2. Who has won the most Royal Rumbles?
Steve Austin.
You are correct. This doesn't count for anything, but do you know how many he has won?
3.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, your turn.
24.
24.
No, he did not win 24 of them. You're insane.
And that's how like the bonus questions will work. So any of the bonus questions, it'll be a question relating to the main question. But 24, not a bonus question. What was Hulk Hogan's name in No Holds Barred?
Oh God. It was Rip.
True.
Rip, yeah. Rip him.
That's all I expected there to be a last name as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like because he do like that rip him thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is we both knew that one. I'm sitting here going, "Oh, come on."
Rip. I was also thinking like, was there a last name? That's where I was trying to remember. Yeah.
Ball is back in your court, AJ.
I'm gonna go for 3.
3. Who was the first SmackDown Women's Champion?
Oh Christ! I'm trying to remember when they actually split the belt for the first time. Christ. Trish Stratus.
Okay. I'm gonna go Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, Dave was closer. It was Becky Lynch.
I didn't know if they split it earlier in like the 2000s first,
No.
but yeah, nah.
All right, so AJ, is the
Yeah.
ball back?
Yeah, it's
Whose
Dave.
turn is it?
Yeah.
Dave?
So I did 25 and 24, 23.
I believe we're tied at 2, right?
We are.
Because that bonus question doesn't
Yep.
actually give me a point, right?
Yeah, you guys
The
are
Steve
tied.
Austin.
There hasn't been any bonuses yet.
Oh, I thought that Steve Austin one was a bonus. I was
No, that
excited
was an
about it.
example of how the bonus question would work.
Gotcha.
Now, this is going to be a tougher one. At Elimination Chamber, you noticed Sammy had a special shirt on that said honorary Hab. What does that mean?
Honorary have?
Yes, this is a little bit more of a sports question.
Yeah. It's related to the hockey team. The Montreal, is it Montreal?
Yep.
The Habs. That's the name of the hockey team, isn't it?
The name of the team is the Montreal
Canadiens.
Yep.
It's the Montreal Canadiens.
Let's let Dave work it through. He might get you. I'm tempted to give it to you because you're halfway there.
It's the Habs again. Is that what you were saying?
Habs. So
Habs.
Habs stands for something.
Spell it.
HABS.
HABS. Habs. Interesting. Hockey. Something. I keep thinking it's gonna be like a bilingual, like a French Canadian English type thing.
You are very warm.
You're so close. I don't even want to take it from you.
So the Habs. So that's probably like their like a nickname type thing then, because they're Montreal Canadiens, and they probably call them the Habs, right? Like some parts of area Canada called. I know there's a hockey team.
I used it as a tag in one of our YouTube shorts and a couple of the videos leading up to Elimination Chamber.
Okay, the Habs. So it's an acronym then? I would say
it's short. AJ, do you know the answer? You look like you know it.
I know that it's the oh god. Fuck.
All right. So
I know it's about the Canadians fans and the fact that that being French Canadian,
not quite the fans.
It's the team.
Yeah.
That's being an honorary member of the French Canadian team.
If you see the Canadian symbol, it's a C with an H in the middle, and the H stands for Les Habitants. And it's just, I don't know how it relates to the Canadians. It is French, so AJ, you feel it's fair to give Dave that point? He was so name.
No, I would absolutely.
I'm going to say it right now. Don't give me the point. I don't want the point because I did not know exactly that. So that's fine.
You were so close though. You had it with the French of it. Mm-hmm. I was a fan of the Canadians in the 90s. So seeing that they did that special shirt for them, and even when Kevin Owens came out, he also had the Canadian symbol on his shirt. They did a lot of city specific shirts for this.
I think Sammy said that at one point in his promo or something too.
Knowing that Dave does not give a shit about hockey, I was happy to give it to him because he came so damn close. But
that's what I was going to say. There were a couple softballs on here that's why I asked if you were familiar with hockey, because if you're familiar with hockey, that would have been more of a softball towards you.
I mean, I knew right away it's the Montreal Canadiens and that that's what it was part of. Even though my meme is from Quebec, I do not know a goddamn thing about freaking French.
Well, I'm sorry you let her down, but I think
they missed Strangebrew. All right, AJ. What one you want?
4.
4? Who was Mark Henry's first official match against in the WWE?
I believe I know this one. Kurt Angle.
May I steal?
You can steal.
Yeah, it's yours.
Gary the King Lawler.
All right, Dave. You have got an early. You're pulling ahead here a little bit.
No, now I remember. That's now that he came out with the USA hat on backwards. So like freaking.
All right, I'm gonna throw a little wrinkle here. I'm gonna take question 5.
Question 5. So, who was the oldest WWE champion?
Oh, the oldest to ever hold it and win it?
Yes. Randy, it's not looking good for your boy right now, but we're still early.
I think I'm just down one.
Oldest WWE champion.
Oldest person to hold it. Yep.
Oldest person to ever hold it. I'm trying to think here. I got two people in mind. I could probably be forgetting somebody. I'm gonna go Vince McMahon.
Son of a bitch.
Vince McMahon is correct.
Yeah. Because he had that brief reign where he ended up giving up like a week later, a couple days
I
later.
knew that was freaking correct.
Flair was going to be my other guess, but I thought, Vince was older.
Back in your corner, bud. Who do you got?
Well, I was going to go 5, which would have given me a correct answer. 22?
22. All right. This is a timely since Keiji Muto's last match happened this week. Who was his last opponent?
What's his name? From the WWE. Freaking oh God, why am I going stupid? Shinsuke Nakamura.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
He's had
that happened earlier this month, and that was the
so it wasn't.
Muto's
I was thinking the tag match, but
oh no, he had a long drawn out. Like his final match was like 2 or 3 days ago in Noah.
Yeah, he had so many freaking final matches.
Is this Muto's last match?
Yeah.
This is Keiji Muto's last match.
Did you say the answer already?
He did not.
I got it wrong.
Is it Naito?
It is Naito.
Oh.
Yeah, see, the thing they did with this is they did like multiple last matches. Earlier,
I get it. I totally get it.
The New Year's one was his last match as the Great Muta.
Yeah.
And then he did a couple other ones. And then this week, he actually did his final one and teased a moonsault once again. If you go on YouTube, Post Wrestling had a great breakdown on just the emotional moment of Muta's last match. And apparently there's something after the match that has to be seen.
There were so many last freaking versions of matches. I'm like, oh God, which one? Yeah.
That's what makes some of these questions difficult.
I'm going to do something different here. I want to make everybody work. I'm going question 12.
Question 12. Who used to wrestle under the name Jack Long?
Oh, I don't know this one. Jack Long. AJ, you know?
Off the top of my head.
Famous story.
I'm feeling like this is one of the Tales of the Territories, so it's got to be an older wrestler. I am gonna go with Rowdy Piper.
Since he didn't say since I didn't say, I'll throw. I know I kind of gave it to him, but I'll go Jack Lanza too. I don't know, no clue.
Harley Race.
Wow.
Yeah,
Harley Race wrestled under Jack Long until his father had a discussion and goes, "Well, why would you be wrestling under anybody else's name? Why don't you use your name?" And
wait a minute, his real name was Harley Race, and he chose Jack Long.
That was early on.
I've learned so much here.
You guys were almost going to get a bonus question of what other names did Harley Race use in the ring?
Oh, the King.
Well, that's monikers.
Oh, technically, yes.
Yes.
There is one other one. You're not going to get this, so I'll throw it out. You might have heard it in a documentary. The Great Mortimer.
Oh, I think I actually. Yeah.
That is the worst nickname on God's green earth.
That sounds like he wrestled. That sounds like he wrestled as a cartoon.
He wrestled under Happy Humphrey, so he might have been a bit of a cartoon at that point.
Yeah.
Now, AJ, I believe it's your turn again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with lucky number 13 just to really throw this off.
AJ, you got a question that was made specifically with you in mind.
Oh, great.
Deonna Purrazzo's main finisher is
Fujiwara armbar.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that was an easy one. I have a T-shirt that literally says
and
Fujiwara armbar on it.
You got one of the bonus questions.
Oh
God.
So,
to tie it, right?
Who
If I get the bonus
trained
question, it's tied.
Deonna Purrazzo?
Oh, I actually know this one. Give me a second. I thought she was
You
at.
only got to pay
I
attention
thought
to
she,
our archives to know.
I thought she was at Creator Pro, but God, George South. I don't know.
Ooh, good guess, Dave. Any idea?
I also thought she was a Creative Pro one, but you said our archives. So knowing the trainers we've trained,
I was gonna say Dave probably actually.
I probably did the
interviewed
interview.
person.
And it's funny. I don't remember talking about Deonna Purrazzo. Oh God, I know I'm forgetting whoever this is because I keep wanting to say Les Thatcher, but it's probably not Les Thatcher. But go ahead.
No, he is the one guest that when talking about being a wrestler, he said walking around anywhere was like being in a pussy palace. And that is
wow.
Rip Rogers.
Rip Rogers.
The one and only Rip Rogers. But I believe there's still a 1 point difference between us with me getting that right.
Yes, it's very close. Dave, ball's back in your court.
All right, question 15.
Question
just going
50.
all over
Oh, jeez. Okay. You got another one of the bonus questions. Which former guest of the show recently had his last treatment for a sickness?
His last treatment because Richard Holiday.
Yes. And what was that sickness for a bonus point?
He has cancer.
You got them both.
Yeah.
AJ, ball's back in your court.
That's not right. Dave actually gave him the chemo. That's fucked up.
Did not.
Hey, well, that was one time when we were happy that the bell rang. AJ,
Absolutely. I'm going to go
back at you.
14.
14. Ooh. Who went after
That's always a
Jerry
good
Jarrett?
sign.
Who went after Jerry Jarrett's eye during a match? This was a famous incident that was talked about on Tales from the Territories.
I actually don't know this. I know the story, but I can't remember the guy. So if you don't get it, I won't be able to steal it.
Now I'm thinking about people from USWA.
Yeah, this is one of those deep cut names. I didn't expect either of you guys to get it.
I remember the episode. I remember what they talked about, but no, I don't remember the name.
I know it's not going to be, but Austin Idol.
No, good thought. It was Mario Galento.
Yeah, I would have never came up with that. I don't even remember him in USWA.
Yeah,
if you're up at 11:30 trying to come up with 25 trivia questions, you're gonna get a Mario Galento question.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
The middle.
I knew Dave, I was in for a tough one when you started off with ooh.
Dave, looking back at you now.
Yeah.
Which question?
Okay. Do we have a question 8 still?
We do still have a question 8. Okay. And you got another Hulk Hogan question. What name did Terry Bollea use before Hulk Hogan in the wrestling business?
Come on.
Terry Golden, brother.
Ooh.
Oh, no? He definitely was a Terry Golden, I think.
You were halfway there.
AJ?
Let's see. That's he was.
Oh, go ahead, AJ.
You got the first name wrong. Jesus Christ.
I know what it is now. I don't want the credit for it though. Let him get. If he can't get it, I'll tell you. I want to just out of pride. I want to guess what it is afterwards.
He wants you to know that he knows.
I know it. Yeah, I know it now.
We'll go with Hulk. We'll go with Hulk Golden.
No, it's Sterling Golden, right?
Yeah, that's
Sterling
right.
Golden.
Yeah.
Because brother Brudai wrestled as a Golden also.
Yeah. No, he did Borden. He was Izzy Borden or something. He was actually taken, right? Oh, actually, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was, as the fans in the wrestling business like to say, who the fuck cares?
he wrestled as Lizzie Borden. He'd come to the ring with an axe. It was fantastic.
Yeah. AJ, we're looking back at you.
Let's go with number 9.
Yeah, let's do this.
Ooh, number 9. Another bonus question. And good luck on this one. What AEW superstar appeared in Wrestling Road Diaries 1 with Colt Cabana?
Bryan Danielson.
You got it right.
Wow.
And the bonus question.
I've actually watched the Wrestling Road Diaries, so that was
Which-
easy.
Other former guest of the show was a part of that 3-man cast.
Oh Christ, I actually know this one.
Saint of a man.
Yeah, I know. CM Punk. Oh no, Ace.
We
Freaking
didn't have him on
Ace.
the show.
No, I meant Ace. Freaking. I was thinking to my head,
Ace.
friend of freaking CM Punk. Ace Steel.
Give it to him.
You are wrong on both accounts.
Oh,
Really? Second City Saints. Oh.
Dave.
so Saint of a Man, that was a great thing. So Chicago guy. I want to go another way with this. I never saw Wrestling Road Diary, so I don't know. But he was with he's a guest of the show. He was with Cabana and Danielson.
I want to give additional clues, but it's too late to give them now.
Well, I'm just gonna actually. So if it's not Saint, I don't know what would Roy Fox.
Mm-hmm.
It is Sal Renaro.
Oh, Sal. I would have got Sal.
I forgot that Sal was even part of that. I freaking. Once you went
Never saw it.
Saints, I went right to Ace Steel because of the Second City
Oh.
Saints and the.
See, I was thinking Saint of a Man. I was gonna say internet shit, but he's got a heart of gold.
Yeah,
But
I went straight to Second City Saints because they're all from Chicago.
Is AJ up by one?
No, I think
Let
you're
me-
up by one, or we're tied.
Here, let me give you guys something to talk about real quick. I'll do a quick tally and then I'll come back in. SmackDown tonight. Coming out of Elimination Chamber, Raw covered some things. What are you looking forward to seeing on SmackDown? Talk for a couple minutes on this, and I will tally up the score.
All right. So personally, I want to find out what's going on with Jey Uso.
Yeah, Jey Uso is the only thing I care about on SmackDown right now. I
Yeah.
mean, Charlotte and Rhea are finally gonna probably have some interaction, but
They
to
are.
me, it's all. Yeah, to me, it's
That's
all about.
actually been built tonight. Is supposed to be Rhea and Charlotte face to face.
Yeah, to me, it's all about Jey Uso tonight, though. I
Jey
want to know
Uso.
what's going on with them in relation to the bloodline and Sammy.
Yeah.
I'm also, excited to see what Sammy has to say. Talked a little bit on Monday, but I feel like that storyline's so hot, they got to continue it over. So Dave is up 7-4 on AJ.
Oh, okay.
What?
He's doing
Wow.
He knows. I didn't know either.
Oh, you got those two bonus ones.
I guess I did.
Yes. And
I thought I put it to within 2 when I just got the first part of the
I thought we were
bonus.
tied, so we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
now who is up next? I lost count of that.
I
Actually,
just
let's
got
give
the.
it to
I was gonna say I just got that one right. Other than the bonus.
Yeah, he
part.
did. He got one right. So let's we'll
right.
keep going. Question, do we do 9? Was that 9?
You have done 9. Yep.
Okay, question 10.
10. Rey Mysterio Sr. is Rey Mysterio Jr.'s blank.
Uncle.
Nah,
Yes, he is.
that was an easy one too. You. In fairness, I just want to point out, luck of the draw. Ever since you stole the Vince McMahon one by jumping into my number 5, you've gotten some good softballs.
Believe me, there are some easier and some harder questions in here. That's why I try and leave it to you guys to pick the numbers.
No. It's all random. I'm not. Yeah.
I will say this. As these were going on early on, I was noticing the questions in the upper echelons seemed a little harder. So I was starting to work my way. And now I'm just kind of like, let's go for the chaos. I started picking all different numbers.
Yeah. When you got Rip and the Vince McMahon ones, I was like, shit.
All right, AJ.
You know what? I'm not afraid of those higher echelon ones. Let's go with 21.
21. Who was the first person that Jim Cornette managed?
Well, it's got to be in USWA because he was the cameraman there. It was a woman, Sherry Martell.
You were correct.
Wow, AJ, nicely done.
I had to think back to that time period who would have been wrestling around that area, and so
It was
Ray
tough because I
Frosty.
would have almost said the Galaxians or the Kentuckians, because I believe the Galaxians were who he managed right after Sherry Martell, or they were.
If I
were
remember
in that
correctly, he
early
was
run.
doing. Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was doing photos around the ring, and then they brought him in to manage and put him with Sherry. So
Yeah, Dave, ball's back in your court.
Number 20.
Number 20. It's another bonus question, and AJ, I'm sorry. Which former guest of the show recently won gold in the NWA?
Oh, AJ Kazana.
And what belt did he win?
He won the NWA United States Tag Team Champions, part of the Country Gentlemen.
Yep. You can see AJ is feeling it right now.
You watched the show recently?
It's like the look on his face at his wedding reception all over again. What number you got now?
might as well go with 18.
18. This is also timely because he recently popped up on the NWA pay-per-view. But what season of NXT did Alex Riley appear in?
3.
2.
Oh, was it 2? I wanted to guess.
Oh,
The
fuck,
worst-
I stole that from you.
The worst part is I actually thought 2 and went with 3.
The thing is, like, I was going to say 2 if you said 3. I knew it was 2 or 3. So it's fine.
Oh, shit.
I knew
I'm
it was 2 or
saving you
3.
here,
We-
AJ, by
we
jumping
both
the
knew
gun.
It wasn't 1.
Good defense, Joe.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you're going to have one more pick, and then to give AJ a chance to catch up, he will get
Am I still down by?
first-
Oh no, you had a bonus, so I'm actually probably down by 4 now.
Yeah, it ain't looking good for you. So Dave's going to pick one more, and then you're going to get the first run at all the remaining questions.
Was question 19 still available? I believe it was.
Yeah.
Mm,
It should be. I skipped
Yeah, it
over
is.
that one.
So, which
You know-
former guest of the show died last year?
Oh, no. Jason Strife. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace, brother. Sorry. Anyone tuned into this, we love Jason. We're just laughing at the fact that I'm getting all these questions that we know I'm going to know.
Yeah, so AJ.
I'm basically doing a squash match here.
We're going to give you a comeback now, though. Get hot, bro.
Yep. So,
Although I should be able to still steal these. So let's see what we got.
yeah, you will still have the opportunity. I'll give you number 17. It just got released on digital platforms. Knock at the Cabin stars which WWE wrestler?
Holy shit. He might not.
Oh no, that's easy. That's Dave Bautista.
Okay, good. Because I know you don't always pay attention to certain movies, but I was like, oh, he
That
might
shit's
know.
That movie actually looked
$25
good.
to buy right now on Apple Music. I don't know what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on there.
yeah. The movie actually looked good.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get it. But like most
They're
movies
not
are 20.
bucks,
They're trying to do 25. What are you doing to us?
I'll wait till
So-
it comes to something for free.
Randy here with a interesting question or interesting statement. NWA lost momentum when Nick Aldis left.
No doubt. No disagreement there.
NWA lost momentum when they sold to Ted Turner.
Yes.
All right, AJ, since you did so good with the last one, what season of NXT did Daniel Bryan appear in?
4.
1.
Yeah, correct, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean. Now, in fairness, I never watched any of those NXT seasons, so
Me neither. I was just going through and I saw that Daniel Bryan was season 1, Alex Riley
Yeah.
was season 2. So I'm like, those are good filler questions.
for some reason I thought Ray was first.
No, they
Who
actually
used-
put the good ones in the first season. It wasn't good, but they had a lot of great talent because, you know,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Who used to wrestle as Jack Hart?
Oh, Barry Horowitz.
You are correct.
Wow. It's very interesting the ones AJ gets right.
Like I said, some of these were put more with AJ in mind. Some I'm like, Dave is definitely going to know them. And
I'm very
just
eclectic.
knowing, what's that?
I said I'm very eclectic.
Well, let's see how eclectic you are. Who is the only WWE superstar to have attended the Academy Awards?
The Rock.
You are correct.
Mm.
Okay. Yep.
I know
All
he
right,
was there
last-
when Will Smith was slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. So
Mhm.
I think
You
he
want to get
chose
up
the
there
right.
and give him a rock bottom.
I think he chose the right Rock.
And let me check. I believe this is the last question on the
How
list.
close are we? What's he only
I
up by
will.
7 now?
Well, you are gonna. You guys are gonna talk after this question, and I'm gonna tally that. Which ECW original never wrestled in WWE?
Give me 1 second. Never wrestled in WWE at all, and they're a famous ECW original.
Big ECW name. I'm even gonna give you a clue.
No, don't give me a clue yet. I'm literally going through them in my head right
Me
now, and it was a singles wrestler, right?
It was a singles wrestler.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because there were good tag teams in the originals also.
Beckley's feeling good about this too.
Give me one more moment here. That's because obviously Raven did, obviously all those guys did.
Reamer, Funk, Douglas, Sabu, RVD.
Yeah, they've all wrestled in there. So Chris Chetty. No, I'm kidding. You know what? I'm gonna go with what's his name there? One half of the guy who liked to staple people through mass transit off the fucking balcony. What the hell is his name? He's dead now. They did that documentary.
Shout out to OJ Simpson. Another one gone. Keep doing good work, brother.
What in the hell is his name?
He never did anything in WWE?
I didn't think he did. I could be wrong. Plus, he was a tag team wrestler, so that wouldn't even count. I give up. Oh, wait a minute. What's the hint?
He was erroneously credited as one of the trainers of the SAT.
Oh, Mikey Whipwreck.
Mikey Whipwreck.
Oh.
All right,
that's weird. That's weird that that's what put it through for me.
I know. I thought that was for sure going to tip it off to Dave because we had to go through that with the SAT where we mentioned it, and they're like, "Oh no, he didn't train us."
No, that's actually what tipped it off for me. Was I remembered the interview with Dave that it actually, that's actually what tipped it off for me.
I do want to point out with New Jack, he did dark matches in WWE.
Yeah,
and his name is New Jack, right? We did, right?
I don't know why I could not think of New Jack. All I could think was Wesley Snipes.
That had me panicking too because I'm like, "Oh shit,
reference.
Did he somehow wrestle in WWE?" And I didn't realize it.
I believe it's only dark matches, but I think they're pretty infamous stories that come out about him. I think that's where there's some, confusion here.
But let's talk some wrestling. Why Joe counts us out here?
Yeah, well, while I tally the thing here, what do you want to talk about as the final thing going out? We had a lot of good wrestling this week. You've got an Impact pay-per-view. You've got SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to actually talk a little bit because we talked a little bit about SmackDown. I'd like to talk a little bit about the AEW this week because I thought they came back with a really good card this week and they broke 1 million for the first time in a little while.
Yeah, why do you think? Do you think that's just not going against NBA? What do you think was the big factor there?
Well, I think that was one of the big factors is they weren't going head-to-head with the NBA. I think a lot of their audience is also fans of the NBA, so it does take away from them a little bit. But they also put together a hell of a card this week. The wrestling on it was fantastic.
I did not. I have to say, I don't know what more. I thought he did fine, but like when we got to that main event, and I remembered it was like Mox versus Evil Uno. I was like, oh, fucking care
Well,
about this.
Yeah, the main event wasn't great. I love the interaction as usual between Brian Danielson and
Brian
freaking
Danielson,
MJF.
MJF did great. That was
The
great.
opening match was I know they're not big names with every wrestling fan, but the opening match was fantastic.
Yeah, Tony Khan's announcement was a bit of a letdown. I did not need you to prepare me that they're going to do an all access show.
Plus, Adam Cole, baby, is
yeah, but
back.
that wasn't the announcement.
No.
Adam Cole introduced it and said, "Oh yeah, I'll be back too."
But the funny thing is,
way.
but I was actually more excited about that than I was the announcement. That was my point.
At a date to later be announced.
Yeah, so they didn't even tell us when he's coming back. But the Wheeler Yuta match was fantastic.
Yeah, Yuta and what do we got here? Just came out. Mercedes Moore. Monday plan is to wrestle ACM on April 6th and then wrestle in Stardom. Yeah, Mercedes is killing it. Yuta Cassidy was great. Yeah. I thought AEW Dynamite was hot. I do want to point out something here. I heard this theory recently too, but they weren't saying this. They were just saying they were wondering about this. When they were talking about the rating for Dynamite, they were talking about the lack of competition. They were talking about it was a good show, like you said too. But somebody brought up an interesting point too. With Sami Zayn being so hot right now in the WWE and with Cody Rhodes, does that trickle down to where wrestling is going to maybe get hot in general?
Well, to be honest with you, that's where I was going to go next. I think it is a little bit of trickle down. I think that people love what is going on with Sami Zayn, and it's getting people excited about wrestling.
I'll tell you what else has trickled down the score. And Dave won 12-8 this week.
I didn't even catch up with those bonus questions. Helped out Dave a lot.
They were
Back was here in the comments here. It said Adam Cole's wrestling next Wednesday, same night as AEW Access. I know that's coming up, but I didn't think they had an official. Last I knew, that wasn't penciled in. That it was next week.
I thought he said that he was returning in March. I didn't think that he said that he was returning on the first one.
Right.
I believe they were taking over the Power Slap spot, if I had heard correctly. Is Power Slap done?
As far as I know.
Oh, come on. What a great show that is. I hope not.
Now, to speak of alternative shows, before we play the ad of the man that makes all this possible, did anybody watch any XFL last weekend? XFL opening weekend?
Oh. Hey, JJ, there you go.
I watched every game.
Really? What did you think of that
Vegas
Dallas game? Because I watched that one, and I thought Vegas looked very good to start, and then it fell apart. And
yeah, they looked good in the first drive.
Yeah, it's very weird the way they present it. Like, being a football fan, what do you think of the presentation?
The presentation I like. Now, I automatically picked St. Louis as my team, the Battlehawks. And if you want to know what the XFL is all about, Daniel Backley in the comments there, St. Louis, San Antonio. In the final 2 minutes, they were down 15 points. They came back and won the game because they were able to actually not only get the touchdown, but then they did the rule that is incredible to me. You have a choice between 4th and 14 or doing an onside kick. On the 4th and 14, they converted with a 16-yard play, came back all the way down the field and won the game with a touchdown. So they actually came back and came from 2 minutes down 15 points. That's excitement, folks. Mm-hmm. That's revolutionizing football. Watch out, NFL. Here we come.
Yeah, they've got the 1, 2, and 3-point conversion. The thing I didn't like is how in tune the announcers are with the play calling. They're explaining the play calls as they go, and that made it feel different than football to me.
I don't like them explaining the calls because they're talking to us like we're fucking idiots, like we don't know what a fucking play is. That's if you're going to explain the calls to anybody, it might be some of these third string athletes that are playing out on the field. That's you might want to go down and explain the play to them.
Is it necessary because it's an emerging sport and maybe they're getting casual fans at this point?
Yeah, it
Will
could
we
be,
see it week 2?
To me, my problem is I understand explaining the rules to us because some of the rules are very different. I like the kickoff. The kickoff was nice, the way that they line up and actually have to wait till the ball is caught to start running, but then they're closer to them. Some of those things are really good, and you can explain that, but you don't have to explain every call.
Exactly. Now, I can see we're losing Dave, but you know what doesn't lose Dave? The Pro Wrestling
Blue
Vault
Chew?
Volume 2.
Read about the Northern Wrestling Federation in the book presented by Russellville.com, The Pro Wrestling Vault, Volume 2. Hear the story of Roger Ruffin, the man who trained Carl Anderson, the Monster Abyss, Jordan Clearwater, Chris Harris, and Jillian Hall.
Plus 45 other short stories including Jazz, Bobby Eaton, Kamala, Thunder Rosa, Mario Mancini, Scott Casey, PJ Black, Kerry Morton, Sal Renaro, Jeremiah Plunkett, Colby Carino, Bam Bam Malone, and many others.
Get your book today at Russellville.com. Russellville. It's where wrestling